Good morning, everybody. We got a good one for you today. I'm pretty pumped about this. I usually talk more from just my heart and what I'm getting tuned into. And when I do that, there's usually less science behind what I'm sharing, what I'm talking about, what I'm bringing to light. And for some people, that causes quite a disconnect. At least in my experience, there was a time when I really like to have the science behind everything. So yesterday I was talking to my cousin who talks to angels, and we had a pretty deep conversation on the woo side, what she's getting messages about, and about topics that I have from my research, have seen them talked about in a lot of different places, some very scientific and some a little more on the metaphysical side. And was supporting everything that she was getting messages from these angels. And it was like really, really beautiful. She breaks out this image and she sends it over to me. I'm going to share it with you guys. How do I put this onto the screen? I think it's this one. Can I do it here? This image here. So she made this, and it was describing the heart and how the heart ripples out. So I'm going to give you a little bit of this, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of science, and then you can, go from there and research and say if it vibes with you or not. I think that having the mind and the heart have a certain comprehension around this is allowing everyone to deepen their practice and have a better understanding of what's actually happening. So in her model, the heart is the anchor, and everything revolves around the heart, and these are the chakras. So everything comes and radiates out from the heart. Each one of these different chakra unions could be seen as a ripple. And what I might say is going upward may be perceived as going like out and intergalactic, and going downward would be becoming more grounded or rooted into something. And it's rooted into something. It can be rooted into anything at any point in time. It's a matter of choosing, right? So the downward might be more of an attachment, and the upward may also be more of a detachment from things. But everything emanates out from this frequency of the heart. Everything. So these are each ripples. If you were to picture a wake from a boat, and the heart is the boat. As it goes through the sea, there's a wake that goes off. So what the heart's vibrating at is actually creating the manifestation from this spiritual realm, so to speak. I'm going to give you the science on this. Maybe I should have given you the science first. We'll stick into it here. So it's actually everything is being manifested from the magnetic field of the heart and the vibration of the heart. And the heart has a lot of pieces that allow this to happen. So that's the angel briefing. This was over an hour-long conversation. And I'm going to pull up another share here. Just, we talk about the heart so much. Or I do. It's a big piece of all of this. And I just thought it'd be relevant. Is that one the right one? Yes. To share this one from Steve Jobs, from his dying words. I'm not going to read the top of it because it's all about wasting and the don'ts. And sometimes you can feel free to read it. However, the most important, this is what I like to speak into existence, is have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. So just Steve Jobs, one of the most brilliant minds in our time, is telling the masses on his deathbed, what should they be doing? Having the courage to follow your heart and intuition. they somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. So when I let that set in, one of the greatest minds of our time, he's talking about it here. I mean, it's in the music. Remember the Beatles, all you need is love. Like there's so many things that referring back to the heart from some perspective, whether it's the representation of love, or it's that emotion, that connection, that's the feeling in the heart, the intuition. Everything comes back to this heart. So there's one other that I was going to share you, but I'm going to actually wait to share you that one right now. First, I want to just give you some of the science behind all. And just doing research at Art Institute. And the first thing that was really brought to my awareness that I was like, this is really interesting, is how the heart and the brain actually communicate. There's actually a nerve that goes from the heart all the way up to the neocortex. And it actually delivers more information. The information gets brought back down to the heart from the brain, but mostly the brain benefits from all the information of the heart because it gets a lot more information from the heart. So that I thought was really interesting. And then and I'm reading some notes here that I took. There's 4 different ways that this heart communicates with the brain. There's 4 different ways. One is just a biophysical pulse. So that is the blood pressure pulse, that vibration, that biophysicalness that actually pushes all that energy out and through. It actually changes the electric activity in the brain. So each pulse, there's a frequency that goes with that pulse, and it changes what's going on in the brain. There's also the biochemical, which was really interesting because they started classifying the heart as a hormone producer because it actually makes ATP. ATP is the thing that makes it so that one can make decisions. It's why Bulletproof coffee got so big, because the ghee butter that they created into their MCT oil is actually what creates ATP in the brain so that one can make better decisions. But even cooler was when it produces ATP, limits the cortisol that's produced and increases the oxytocin. And oxytocin is the love hormone. And the 4th way that it's connected is energetically. The energetic power that comes off the heart is 40 times greater than actually the energy in the brain. It's got nerves inside of it that actually are the same nerves that are associated with having memory. It's so incredibly powerful. And that electromagnetic field can actually be measured several feet off of where the body is. And I know that it's been, some people said miles, 25 miles has been measured at. This was an older report that I just recently saw. And it's believed that it's the ripple infinite. So going back to that ripple, that being infinite of the electromagnetic field coming off the heart, lines up with the chakra theory that I was just sharing here in the beginning. So they're proving this in a scientific way, that these ripples from the electromagnetic field of the heart are actually, in essence, permeating everything and creating the perception of everything. Then here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the last piece that I'll share before we dive into our meditation. This ripple that comes off the heart is actually affected by the emotional state one is in. So let's see, this guy right here. So when I'm in a state of frustration, that's the field on the left. That's the ripple I'm producing, I'm creating at. Like this is measured scientific frequencies being done, scientific, like peer reviewed. Go to Heart Math Institute. They have a ton of information on this stuff, go much deeper than I'm going. And then on the right side, that's just being in the state of appreciation. So when I talk about harmonization, it's getting into coherence with a frequency and then being able to create or experience life on that frequency. And it really changes the perception of reality. It really changes what comes into one's field. It actually is. It's a way to create at a capacity that is not taught in schools. So that's the vibe. That's why this is meaningful. This is one way to get here. When we do these harmonizations, this is a lot of the center is around getting the heart in coherence. And when the heart's in coherence, it actually literally the electromagnetic field ripples out at a different frequency. It's a big deal. Now, when there's a mass of us rippling out at this frequency, how do you think that changes things? Let's just look at that again. Oh, right here. Just imagine right now, got a world with a certain percentage on the left side and a certain percentage on the right side. So I'm willing to bet that everybody that leaves here today is going to be much closer, if not completely on the right side. They may already be there. That's why they're here for this. We're joining forces on this. We have 10 people on here, or 9 people right now, 8, that are actually tuning into this. And then there's the majority that may be in another frequency. So this is a way to come out of that frustration frequency. This is a way to stay grounded and rooted in the root chakra to the earth and back to the original picture that was up here. This beautiful one. Also grounded in the crown chakra, grounded to my spirituality. So I can be grounded with my root chakra into the center of the earth, into the smallest of smallest, into the whatever makes one feel grounded. However, I can be grounded in my spirituality as well. That was another key thing that Donna was talking about. So hopefully we'll get her to talk a little bit to the group at some point. If you guys would like that, send me a message. We'll do a talk with Donna. You can ask her all questions about angels and stuff like that. And she can present this stuff. So that all being said, let's get grounded into our root, our chakras, into our spirituality, into our physicality. Let's emanate from the heart, get into that frequency of coherence. Thank you for being here. Let's get into what a position for meditation. Whatever feels comfortable. Just breathing into the heart, filling the belly, filling the chest. Just looking inward and exhaling comfortably. Just check the shoulders. Do they feel good and great spot? The neck and the head. Get into a position that's comfortable. It's opening up the energy field. Just pay attention to how moving the head forward or backwards a little bit can change the way the spine feels and the way the energy flows between the tailbone to the top of the head. Just get into a position that feels really comfortable here. You may require a little stretching. And breathe into it. Just take a moment at the top of the next inhale to just scan the body down while exhaling. See that it's clear. Releasing anything that may seem stuck physically, any soreness, anything that's got my attention. If there's an itch to scratch, now's the time. Just release it energetically, or no shame in scratching it. Just beginning to breathe, dive inward to the heart. Just feeling the heartbeat, sensing the ripple, my own electromagnetic field. Breathing slowly, gently into this pulse. I'm beginning to add more light to this pulse. Feeling it become lighter physically. Feeling the energetic wave that it is, or may appear to be. I'm filling it with love and calm. Feeling the ripple of the heart. This pulse as this light, beautiful, giving energy of love. Just observing the heart radiating light. And if you'd like to take this deeper, on each inhale, Clench the Moban. And then relax on the exhale. That's the Kegels or the PC muscles. Clenching. Releasing. Noticing the rooting process. Noticing the pulsing. Field expanding. Pure light emanating from the heart. The courage to have the faith. That as I create coherence between my heart and my mind, harmonize to this frequency, it shall ripple out for eternity. Pure gratitude for right now. Each breath filling the sun of the heart. Noticing the pulsing and the rippling out. As the pulse from the heart reaches the vocal cords, cleansing the throat chakra. Simultaneously That pulse is filling the sacral chakra with infinite power. Be able to store that energy or the vocal cords to be able to release it, creating the next wave of manifestation. The ripple of sound, and then rippling out again into the sacral chakra. All the creative, reproductive energies stored here. Linking back around to the third eye, the projector, the hologram. Let those who have eyes see. Let those with ears listen. And then expanding out to the final ring. At this stage, the root chakra, grounding in to this physical world, and with its mirror above, crown, grounding into the spiritual, all emanating from the heart. Breathing into the heart, whole and complete, pure divine love. Bringing the hands up to heart center in prayer position, pressing them together. Breathing in. Noticing the opening, allowing the light to fill every cell in the body, every muscle. Allowing the light, the truth, the life. Allowing the light, the truth, and the life. I am light, the truth, and the life of all. Adopt that mantra throughout the day, or their own iteration of something similar. Just breathing in, feeling this vibration, this frequency, making it physical, optimizing every cell in the body. When the hands, today's harmonization is complete. Thank you all for being on today. Hope you found this helpful. If you like the images and stuff like that, let me know, and I'll do some more of that kind of stuff and see what unfolds. Have a blessed day. Don't forget, Sunday, Emily and I will be going through this book. If you'd like to join us, we're going to share what our next year's Heaven on Earth is and how we broke it down, and invite anyone else to do the same, answer any questions. So hit me up if you want to do that. Have a beautiful day. God bless.